What's going on, guys? Nick here. Today we're going to be rolling the fenders on my 2012 Subaru WRX hatch. This is going to be for all 2011 to 2014 hatchbacks or sedans. I believe the fender lips are all the same underneath. But if you put wider wheels on these, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have rubbing issues. So today we're going to be pulling this lip up underneath. We have a fender roller on here. We're going to show you how to do it, and hopefully we don't screw it up. So we're going to see what happens with it. So basically this is the issue I've been having. I put the wheels from the BRZ onto the WRX, if you can see. And I've been having rubbing issues in the back, and I don't want to like have the fenders cut the tires up too bad. So this is kind of like bubbling out from where it hits. So basically what you do is you get a tool called the fender roller. You attach it to your hub, and you have the e-brake off with the car out of gear, and you can just move it back and forth. You adjust the wheel to touch the fender barely, and you hit it with a heat gun, and you just keep rolling it back and forth, adjusting this very slowly to the point where this fender lip then rolls and tucks up underneath, so you have a lot more room for wheels. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to be adjusting this wheel little bit by little bit, rolling back and forth until the fender lips are rolled back up underneath the fender right here, so we get a lot more room. Alright, here's a little progress update. Like I said, we have the fender roller on the car. You want to keep hitting it with a heat gun consistently while we're doing this, but you keep rubbing down towards this way on it, and you can see it's like barely touching it, but it's enough to roll it in. So this is the progress we've gotten. It's tucked this lip in. There was like seam sealer that was right here from the factory on the car. That's starting to like peel up off of it, but we're just gonna tape everything off and like spray it underneath to make sure it doesn't rust. But it's been doing a pretty good job of rolling this fender in this way. This is all tucked in pretty here, pretty nice. We didn't get to this side yet because we're seeing how this is gonna work right here. But we don't really have any issues with paint cracking or anything. We're just having this where the seam sealer is kind of just breaking off. But we're gonna tape everything off and then spray underneath so to make sure that we don't have any issues with that. And once this is all tucked up, we're gonna slowly work our way across and show you guys how to do this. And then once this side is done, we can move over to the driver's side.
Gave you too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it bleed for you, cry for you, oh, oh. Let me bleed.
Okay, so we do have this side completely done. We're gonna see if it ends up rubbing after I drive it for a little bit. But the fenders are rolled pretty good. It did end up pulling them a little bit in the back here. If I can kind of show you guys this. In the back here, it kind of did pull them a little. If I focus on it there. So they're a little pulled. There was also a couple spots where the paint did actually chip off. So I do have touch-up paint, and I'm also probably going to spray underneath just to make sure where all the seam sealer, there's certain spots where seam sealer came off. So we're just going to spray all that up so that it's nice and clean, touch up the paint that came off, and then we're going to start on the other side and see how that comes out. Alright guys, so this is the driver's side. We've got a little bit better of a job on this side since we had a little bit of a learning curve. It still did pull the fender a little bit, which kind of was going to make a little bit more room for the tire to go in. The paint did chip a little bit again, so like I said, I have touch-up paint that I can hit this up with and clean it up nice. A little bit of seam sealer on the inside came off in here, but not too bad. Like I said, I'll clean all that up, add some paint, touch-up paint to it, but we're just going to try to roll this out a little bit more to kind of tuck it up enough, because this one's not tucked as much as the other side is. But as soon as we're done with that, we can put the wheels on, take it for a test drive, and see if we fix the rubbing problem we had. Definitely from back here, you could tell the fenders are pulled out a little bit. I think we're going to be good. We're going to take the car on a test run to see what happens with it. They're definitely tucked up a lot better than they were now that they're rolled. They're a little pulled, like as you can see from back here. But it's super smooth, like there's no like weird, like it doesn't look like a strip of bacon. It's like super smooth. Like a lot of them look like bacon when they're done, but this looks pretty good, especially on both sides here. Like I said, the only problem is like light paint chipping, which is kind of inevitable. We've been trying, we hit it with heat, we went super slow with it, and we still got a little bit of chipping, but it's not going to be too hard to fix it. So we're going to take the car for a little test run and see if the rubbing is a little bit better, because we took it on a trip without it like this, and it was like cutting the sidewall, so I had to get tires. So I'm going to get tires for this car when these get moved over to this car, and so we have some cutting in the sidewall from the fender lip. So we're going to take it for a test run, and if everything's all good, we should be good. If not, we're going to have to roll them a little bit more. Alright guys, so we are completely done with the WRX. We just took the car for a drive, and there was no rubbing anywhere. We took it on some pretty gnarly bumps that the car used to rub on. Didn't rub at all. So the car's 100% done. So this is basically how you're going to do it, and this is what the final product's going to look like. Can't see it too good because it's like at night, but you can see that they're slightly pulled out a little bit. There's a little bit of gap right here, which is alright, so it gives us more space for a wheel. The only problem we're going to have is filling in a little bit of the paint that came off, which unless you're a professional, it's inevitable at this point. It's probably going to happen. So not too bad to do. It probably took us, what do you say, 2 hours?
Sounds about right.
Look like 2 hours to do it, 1 hour on each side. Just take your time, consistent heat, and then wherever there's paint coming off, you can always touch up and fix. So that is how you roll fenders on a 2011 to 2014 Subaru WRX hatchback. If you guys have any questions about it, feel free to ask questions in the comments. And I want to thank Corey for letting me use his garage for this and helping me out. So see you guys in the next video. Take care.